season 1, episode 6. And we'll put in Hawking here. Oh, and I want to show you this. Did I need to put in YouTube? Probably. One little statement that she makes in here that I thought was very interesting. Basically, what they're doing is they're trying to come up with a scale model of the Earth. This is their goal. And they're kind of trying to figure out how they're going to do it. And then this Kat Bobineau has this great idea where she says, well, we could just pretend the moon, the model moon, is the same size as the moon in the sky. And so she kind of crouches down and gets to a position where she can see when the model moon covers the real moon, at which point she says that must be the distance it is away from Earth. Wow, congratulations. That was brilliant. But there is one little problem with that whole statement, and let's jump there if I can. Okay, we don't need to hear you in your ads.
We did it. Let's go to Wix.com.
Let's skip forward here. Okay, so we're going to go to where they're doing this big scale thing here. And again, like I said, sorry, I'm going to turn that up. Like I said, we've got her doing this kind of crazy, conclusion. And let's hear what she's got to say about it.
The real moon is about 240,000 miles away.
It worked. I'm not a scientist, and to be able to just do that off a whim, and it just came to me, that was
pretty awesome.
That was incredible.
So let's hear her again. What did she say there? What was the first thing she says?
Scientist, and
you what?
It worked. I'm not a scientist. And
you're not a scientist. Okay. So she said it worked. I'm not a scientist, but to be able to come up with what I did is certainly incredible. So then here's the beginning of a video I found from her from a year earlier than the show, 2015. Let's hear what she says here.
My name is Kat Bobineau, and I am a scientist.
Wait, what? I thought you...
140,000
could have sworn you just said something else. Let me think.
It worked. I'm not a scientist.
You're not a scientist. Okay, I was confused because I thought I heard you say here. Let me hear again.
My name is Kat Bobineau, and I am a scientist.
That seems like a lie to me. Maybe I'm wrong. But if you are on a show where you're supposed to be ordinary people, quote unquote, picked by Stephen Hawking to discover for us the shape of the Earth, and you're a scientist, but then somebody writes in the script of the video for you to say, I'm not a scientist, but blobbity blobbity blue. And then you actually speak those words. Who are these people? I mean, if somebody gave me a script and I'm a scientist and the script says, I'm not a scientist, I would point right to it and say, I'm not saying this. Who wrote this for me? I am a scientist. Why would I say that? Oh, it's because it's for the show and it'd be good for... No, I'm sorry. If it's for science, why would I lie? That doesn't seem like it's going to help people. And these are the kind of things that people just let blow over. I'm sure all the Globies that listen right now are just letting it go right. That's not a big deal. It's not a big deal that they lie to you on this show where it's ordinary people showing you where you live, when it's actually two scientists, one that works for NASA, one that is a science pusher. She has her own show called In the Know with Kat Bobineau. This is deceptive on purpose. And the experiments were horrendous. If any flat earther or any globe earther performed the experiment in the way that they show on that little film, they would get laughed out of the YouTube building because they didn't level the laser from the beginning, which is a problem because they show that the distance away from the water is 2 feet and 7 inches. And then they have the boat drive out 500 feet. And if anybody doesn't know what the curvature drop in 500 feet is, it's about 0.01 inches. And it actually might be 0.1 inches. Not really sure exactly, but it's around there, one or the other. Either 0.1 inches or 0.1 inches. That's for 500 feet. So if it was at 2.7 feet or 2 feet 7 inches at the waterline when the laser was going out, then it should be at 2 feet 7.1 inches. And when you watch the video, the laser is clearly hitting higher than 2.7 feet on the boat, but they're only 500 feet. So that tells you right away that the laser is angled up. And then they drive out to 3 miles and they say, oh, look at the lasers way above the boat. We got to climb up here with a board and we got to mark. It's just nonsense. It's the worst experiment ever. Clearly was done just to come to the conclusions that the curvature calculator tells you. Of course, they got exactly 6 feet at 3 miles and 24 feet at 6 miles. If you haven't seen that video, they actually have a helicopter Now remember, this is only 6 feet. I'm sorry, this is only 6 miles across this little lake. And remember when they did the test over at the Salton Sea, that was 10 miles, I believe, or 12. But at 6 miles, they actually show in this video a helicopter landing. So the helicopter lands on the other side of the water, and the guy can't see it with the telescope. And then it rises up, and he says, "Tell me when, I'll tell you when I can see you." And then he gets to a certain height. He's like, "Okay, I see you now. Stand right there and tell me what your height is." The guy looks at his altimeter and says, 24 feet. And then they all go crazy because that's exactly what it's supposed to be for 6 miles. Congratulations, science. Isn't it amazing how when you set yourself up for success, that's what you see? When you want a ball Earth to be shown in your experiments, it's easy. The actual act of science is to destroy, not to constantly build up false ideas and to keep coming up with the same experiments that show you what you want to see. You should be doing tests that disprove your model, not that prove your model. But of course, they can never do that because their model will be disproven, which is known by many people at this time.